Okay, first ever YouTube video, let's go! Hey everyone, my name's Tuve. I just want to share how I was finally able to rank up to gold in Valorant after playing this game for over a year. Just from how long it took to get here, I'm obviously not an expert. So this video is really just me sharing the 3 biggest things that I think helped me to improve as a beginner in this game. Let's get started. Number 1, don't get shot. This sounds like common sense, but I don't think it is. When I first started playing this game, I was really just obsessed with my aim and looking up how to improve my aim, how to get more headshots, how to get better flicks. And while your aim is important, improving it is really hard. So I think the first thing I should have worked on, which is much simpler but also equally as important as aim, is actually movement. When I first started, anytime I engaged in a fight, I will always just be standing still until either I die or my opponent dies because I was only thinking about my aim. And assuming your opponent's aim is better than yours, and it probably is because you suck, it's not a reliable strategy. And that's why we should learn how to strafe. A step to the left or right can make all the difference in a gunfight. And it's pretty easy to do. You just press A or D to take a step left or right before continuing to shoot. I think the bots in the training range are a perfect example of why strafing is so powerful. I can easily kill the bots if they're standing still, but the moment they start to strafe left and right, it's a lot harder for me to hit them. So what I recommend is to take a few shots, see that your opponent is still alive because your aim isn't that good. You stop shooting, take a step left or right, and then you continue shooting again. Your shots will be more accurate than if you continued spraying. You have more time to readjust and get a kill, and you'll be a much harder target for your opponent to hit. So win-win all round. Number 2, stop aiming down sight. This was a tough habit for me to unlearn, but there's a couple of reasons why you should stop doing this. Number 1, your guns will actually shoot at a slower rate when you're aiming down sight. And in this game where one bullet can make all the difference, your decision to ADS can get you killed. So imagine you and your opponent sees each other at the same time and both start shooting at the same time, but your opponent shoots faster. They can shoot 4 bullets while your gun only shoots 3 bullets. You're gonna die while he lives and wins the round for his team. So don't ADS. It's also slower just from the time it takes for you to scope in. So imagine you're entering sight and you see an opponent but you don't shoot immediately, but instead you decide to right click to ADS first before you left click to shoot. You'll probably already be dead because the moment your opponent sees you, they left click immediately instead of right clicking first. But really the biggest reason why you shouldn't ADS is you won't be moving. This goes back to my original point earlier, where you're just focused on your aim. When you're aiming down sight, you're really just looking at where your reticle is placed and trying to get the kill instead of focusing on moving and staying alive. And as I've mentioned before, it's not a good strategy. When you're scoped in, you also move at a slower rate, so even if you try to strafe when you're aiming down sight, you'll still be an easy target for your opponent to hit. The only time you could ADS is when you're defending and you're holding down an angle. But even if you do so, you should really just take a few shots before running away. Doesn't matter if you kill your opponent or not. Just aim down sight, shoot, run away. If you're like me, this will take a while to get used to, but once you get the hang of it, I promise you'll see why relying on ADS was actually holding you back. Number 3, play with friends. It's just so much easier to rank up when you consistently play with a friend that you can rely on. If you've watched any of my streams, you'll know that I always play with my friend Mr. Cat. And the reason I do is that I'll know that I'm playing with someone that has a microphone that will communicate with me and is just as good or even better than me. No matter how good you are, Valorant is a 5v5 game and you'll be stuck with your teammates for at least 40 minutes a game. And in our level, in this low elo from iron to gold, most people don't even use their microphones in game. So give yourself at least one teammate that you know you can rely on in game. In fact, if you want to rank up, I don't think you should ever solo queue in rank. It's more productive to play fewer games and winning them all than to play a lot of games by yourself and maybe only winning half, because if you only win half of your games, let's say you play 15 and you only win 7, you'll end up right where you began after hours of playing than if you only played maybe 2 hours but rank up 50 points. If your friends aren't online, just play unrated. It's the same game, it's just as fun, and you can maybe make new friends from playing unrated. Remember, only play rank with friends if you're like me and you're not that good. Finally, I also make sure to always say hi to my teammates before starting a game. I don't like it when the first time anyone turns on their mic is to be toxic and call their teammates stupid. When that happens, there's really no point playing anymore because you're really fighting amongst yourselves and it's not fun. And when a video game is not fun, what's the point, you know? Hello, how you guys doing? Hello, how you guys doing? Yeah, that's all I have really for this video. I hope some of it helped. I know it's kind of short and not extensive, but these 3 things are really the biggest thing that helped me to improve. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it. I had fun making it. My first one, my first video. Let's see if I make more. Alright, cheers. Bleh. I'm done. Cheers.
When I say
Okay, everyone now.
I want it that way,
Tell me why.
Ain't
ain't
nothing
nothing.
it
Tell me why.
ain't nothing but a music.
And number 5.
I